of notable people within the NBA. Shams is with us. We've been following your Twitter feed all morning long, Shams, as you've been reporting on it. For those who've not heard anything about this, just tell everyone everything they need to know. What has happened this morning?
Greeny, Portland Trailblazers head coach Chauncey Billups and Miami Heat guard Terry Rozier have both been arrested this morning. Billups at around 6 a.m. in Portland, Oregon, and Rozier around 6 a.m., I'm told, in Orlando, where the Heat were playing last night. Rozier's been arrested for his involvement in alleged sports gambling, prop bets, and Billups, ABC News is reporting, is tied to an illegal poker operation tied to the mafia.
For decades, professional basketball has fought to distance itself from any association with gambling scandals. The ghosts of the Tim Donaghy era have haunted the sport since 2007, but this week, that nightmare just came back to life. If you've not heard, following the slate of games yesterday, opening night, the real opening night, two important guys in the NBA were just arrested in separate gambling cases. Both Chauncey Billups, the head coach of the Portland Trailblazers, and Terry Rozier, a guard for the Miami Heat, were arrested. This stuff is really starting to get more and more serious, and in this video, I want to give you guys everything you need to know about this incident and what went down. This really is a sports league's worst nightmare. The NBA, as of this morning, had no knowledge of this activity going on. It all happened very early in the morning. Obviously, Terry Rozier has been a part of investigations before with the NBA, but he was cleared from them. But now he has been taken in by the FBI mafia and arrested. I'm sure there will be more players to come, and it is way bigger than what it is right now, but this is just wild. Sports betting really is continuing to get bigger and bigger in today's time. We all knew the fine line was going to be crossed at some point between the public and the locker room. It already has in the MLB, but now it's getting to the NBA. The FBI's operation stretched across 11 states and lasted nearly 5 years. According to U.S. Attorney Joseph Nikela Jr. and FBI Director Kash Patel, agents have been tracking two parallel criminal scenes since 2020, one focused on insider sports betting and the other on underground poker tournaments run by New York-based mafia families. In the first scheme, prosecutors alleged that athletes and associates used private team information, things like undisclosed injury statuses, lineup changes, and locker room intel to place illegal bets on NBA games through offshore books and encrypted apps. Rozier, in particular, was accused of feeding that data to a New Jersey bookmaking group that then adjusted wagers worth tens of millions of dollars. The second scheme, outlined in a separate indictment, revolved around a network of illegal high-stakes poker games. The operation was reportedly backed by members of mafia families who used hacked RFID chip technology to rig hands and steal money from wealthy players. According to prosecutors, Chauncey Billups and former NBA player Damon Jones were connected to that ring. Billups allegedly helped organize and profit from games in New York and Nevada casinos that weren't sanctioned by the league or state gaming commissions. At the press conference in Manhattan, Director Patel said, "This isn't a $20 bet type of story. It's tens of millions in fraud, theft, and wire fraud, a multi-year scheme tied to organized crime." The agents arrested Billups in Portland just before sunrise this morning on Thursday. Rozier was taken into custody in Miami around 8 a.m., while Damon Jones surrendered in Atlanta. Across the country, uniformed officers and FBI agents executed 22 search warrants. Simultaneously, Chauncey Billups was charged with wire fraud conspiracy and operating an illegal gambling business linked to organized crime. Court papers allege he facilitated money transfers through dummy LLCs disguised as sports consulting firms. Terry Rozier faces charges of conspiracy to commit wire fraud and sports bribery, accused of passing confidential injury and availability information about NBA players to bettors before official reports were public. Damon Jones is named in both cases as a link between the two operations, helping connect investors from the poker ring with athletes willing to provide internet intel. Altogether, investors say the two schemes moved more than $326 million in illegal wagers from 2020 to 2025. That is just insane. The Justice Department has frozen about $82 million across multiple bank accounts belonging to the defendants and their shell companies. If convicted, Billups and Rozier each face up to 25 years in federal prison, plus millions in fines and mandatory forfeits of profits. Within hours of the news breaking, the NBA released a brief statement saying it had been cooperating closely with federal investigators for months. Commissioner Adam Silver announced that both Billups and Rozier were placed on immediate indefinite suspension pending the investigation. The league emphasized that no evidence has emerged that any NBA games were tampered with or that officials were complicit. Still, the fallout is massive, obviously. In Portland, assistant coach John Lucas was named interim head coach by mid-afternoon on Thursday, just one game into the season. It's absolutely wild. That is a huge change. The Trailblazers canceled practice and closed their facility to media access until further notice. Miami did the same thing, issuing a statement through Team PR that called Rozier's arrest deeply concerning and contrary to everything the Heat organization stands for. Behind the scenes, NBA lawmakers and compliance teams have been auditing player betting activity across the league since mid-September, when federal agents first quietly requested documents. More players and coaches could still face discipline as the probe unfolds. Obviously, as I mentioned before, that is kind of the official statement. So now let's get into how the schemes worked. According to court filings reviewed by network reporters, Rozier allegedly used an encrypted signal chat called OBI, short for off-book information, to share injury updates and down-to-the-minute lineup info with an illegal betting group that included former college players and New Jersey brokers. Those bets were placed on offshore sites before odds adjusted, allowing the group to rake in profits before the lines moved. Billups' role was different, but equally troubling. He obviously allegedly hosted exclusive poker events under the guise of charity fundraisers in Las Vegas and New York, and then behind the scenes, the tables were absolutely rigged using RFID signals, as I talked about, and camera feeds, so certain participants linked to mafia families could view opponents' cards in real time, and authorities claim Billups earned a percentage of each pot as a host fee. So yeah, it's just absolutely wild stuff. I mean, who would have thought that this all was going on behind the scenes? But you just never know with some of these guys. Like, I would have never expected Chauncey Billups to do something like this, but it turns out that that's the type of guy he is, and he's gonna pay his time for the crime. This certainly is going to have a big implication on the NBA, especially in the near future. I think things are going to be really tense between the officials up top and the players and even the coaches. It's just, it is not a good time right now for this league. That's really all I have to say for this video, though. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think about all of this. And if you enjoyed and haven't yet, please be sure to drop a like and subscribe, because your support truly means the world. And until next time, I will see you all later.
Chauncey, you're not one for moral victories, but what do you kind of take out of that game, even though you can't get it done there at the end?
Yeah, a lot of good, man. I thought we played our butts off. I really do. Everywhere, defensively we were kind of everywhere. We made them work and earn every single thing they got. I'm proud of us. I thought we played good enough to win. I mean, we lose one quarter of the game, and obviously it was the most important quarter. A couple tough plays late, but so many good things to take away from this game. I think you see how we want to play and who we want to be, and so I'm happy with the effort. Obviously disappointed with the loss.